So, welcome to this absolute crazy Friday live stream, guys. And I don't know how to call it otherwise. It's absolutely insane. This is not only we have like crazy numbers on the stock market, but also this is my third attempt now to bring you the absolute most known and most desired live streams on stocks every single day. Guys, today a little bit later because I was out today to support the local economy. And guys, let me tell you that if you have the opportunity to really support, let me just see if everything goes right here. To support the local economy. Yeah, if you have the opportunity to support your local economy, please do that, guys, because this is so important. These small restaurants, you know, they are dependent on you, they are dependent on you, they are dependent on you, and they're dependent on me. So it's really important to go out there and spend some money, you know, go to your mall and spend and buy a t-shirt that you was looking for. Now with some stock market gains, you can finally afford it. So do something, spend some money. This is the V-shaped recovery that everyone is talking about. So this is obviously the main topic here today. Absolutely insane, guys. This is really, really great. Let me know, as always, in the comments, where are you watching from? This is super important for me to see, you know, where are you watching from? Where are you located? Which time is it? And what you think currently of the stock market, and also your questions, everything, just type it into the live stream comments. So let's have a look into the graphics that I prepared here. Let me see. So S&P 500 2.62% positive, guys. Okay? Dow Jones 3.15% positive. Nasdaq 2.06% positive. Russell 2000 3.54% positive. And 5% positive on the crude oil. You remember we talked about the crude oil because Saudi Arabia and Russia seems to make a new deal to cut oil production. So, and the only asset that is currently not so in trend is gold, because gold is more like a safe haven. But if everything goes up, you don't need a safe heaven. So this is, you know, this makes me happy, because if I see these numbers, those are obviously positive, and you know, I'm a positive person. I love when stocks go up, because this should be the main recipe in your portfolio to be long, because this history showed that you are much better off being long than short into the markets. And long, it doesn't matter which period you look into the stock market, you know, over the long term, the stock market will go higher, because people and industries and pension funds and hedge funds and people, retail people, want to have those money generate more money, And then you have also inflation and many more things that just push the markets higher and higher. And therefore, you always will see this positive numbers from now and then. So I'm super happy that it's happening now. And we talked about it a couple of streams ago, or the last streams actually, we talked about it, that the stock market will and can go higher. We can even see S&P at all-time high this summer. There's if the situation, if the fundament will stay the same, cheap money, Federal Reserve stimulus, and reopening of the economy, then we definitely will see a very, very high stock market. And not only that we anticipated this reopening and recovery of the economy, but now we have it black on white. If we are looking into the news today, those are the headlines that you need to know that are very important, are very bullish for the market. So May sees biggest job increase ever of 2.5 million as economy starts to recover from the health situation. Non-farm payrolls rose by 2.5 million in May, and the unemployment rate fell to 13.3%. This is, people thought that we will be just under the 20% mark, and it's ridiculous. It's so great and bullish that we're having those improvements. And obviously one of the most best benefiting market is the leisure and hospitality business, which also I saw it in the comments just before in the live streams that I started. It is now that Vegas, for example, is reopening, so lots of people getting their jobs back, and I hope that this will continue, because Vegas is a nice place, but everything should always be stay safe. This is the most important part, guys. I think that also when I go out, I see okay, what's the health crisis requirements and guidelines there. So I feel safe. The restaurants will feel safe, because there are also big punishments for companies or restaurants that are not complying with those numbers. So I think that this is very important. But also very important is that you actually thumb up this live stream. And also, if you are brand new here, make sure to subscribe. This is not an animation, guys. This is actually a subscribe pillow that I bought somewhere in the internet. You can actually get everything from the internet nowadays, even the subscribe pillow. So thank you very much for doing this, and let's dive into the details of the current situation. We are seeing, or you might clicked on this live stream because you saw the V-shaped recovery, something that is so much bespoke of in the news and by economists and by people everywhere. But what is it, right? What is it? This is the most simple graphic that I could find to explain all this. So you see that at one point the economy, the stock market, whatever chart it is, it's going down and it's going straight back up and continues a certain trend. That's it. Thank you very much for watching and have a nice day. Now, obviously, I'm joking. So this is the V-shaped recovery. So this is important to understand. Everybody is looking for exactly that to appear, and therefore I'm thinking that this is a really, really certain point at the decision right now on the economy to see if this really can happen, guys. Okay, so this is something that I will watch very, very closely, like so many economists out there, and this will be just one scenario out there, okay? There's a couple of scenarios, and people are talking about U-shape, V-shape, W-shape, U-shape we had already, O-shape maybe, L-shape. Take the whole alphabet and throw it on the stock market, and maybe you will be right. So this is something that is actually possible, and let me show you what is the difference between V-shape and a U-shape recovery. So you see here the very interesting two options. So V-shape recovery is actually quite straight to the area where we were before, and the U-shape recovery is actually something more time taking. And you know, it's I would say it's always a little bit discussable. You know, what if we have another line that is green and somewhere here in the middle between V-shape and U-shape? What is this then? You know, so it's a little bit debatable, but you know, you got the point what everybody is talking about. So I think that I believe that this is very, very, very important to understand, and therefore let's dive into other shape recovery. So we have, as I said, we have the V-shape recovery. Then we have the U-shape recovery. Then we have the swash-shaped recovery, which is, you know, a little bit a mix between V and U. You remember I just said about when we having something in between. This is called swash-shaped recovery. Then we have the Z-shaped recovery, which is actually even better, right? So this is actually something that can happen also right now. So Z-shaped recovery can happen because the stimulus and the overall, let's say, pressure to go further up can shape a Z-shaped recovery. Then we have a W-shaped recovery, which looks like the W of the Wolf of Dubai. Best time to subscribe or thumb up this video if you haven't done it yet. And then we have the L-shaped recovery, where the economy never fully recovers. So this is the question, guys. If there is a recovery that is one of them here, or it's, I think, let's say, you know, depending on the economy. But there's one more thing to consider here, guys. The stock market seems to be a little bit out of the correlation between economy and stock market, because the stock market is, you know, high pump now on stimulus and money by the Fed, and the economy still need a bit time to recover. But the stock market is always right. Remember that they might be ahead, but there could be something like that. We really will not have a recession because, you know, the second wave is maybe not that strong, and we can keep it with some restriction here and there. Then we will have the vaccine, then we will have a comeback of the economy, people going back to normal, and the stock market and the companies are getting floated by stimulus and government money, as well as the people out there getting stimulus checks, you know, paid protection programs and so on. So I think that this can really hold the market in stable positions, or we see a little bit of a dumper and then going back up. So this will be the huge questions here, but Jerome Powell will be definitely one of the big players here that will have the main role. Therefore, I believe that this is something that is really important for the next couple of days to watch that. But, you know, until then, we can see for the very first time ever that the Fed actually rescues a whole economy before a recession. Can you imagine that? This would be the very first time for the history books, so you can tell your childs and the childs of your childs that actually you know what? I was there 2020. I was watching this one YouTuber, Wolf of Dubai, and there was this huge fast crash and the fastest recovery, and we went back to normal. This can happen, guys, okay? We saw crazy things on the stock market. So I don't think that this should be totally out of your radar, okay? So keep that in mind by having that. Then something in my own virtual universe here for you guys. You know, there's many of Virgin Galactic owners out there, Virgin Galactic interest people, and as you know, we are investing here into Virgin Galactic, and I just dropped this piece, buy now or never. So this is a quite interesting piece, guys. Make sure to smash that like button on this video as well. Watch it afterwards, or maybe you just watch it now, so make sure just to not miss it. It's the very first episode of a brand new series that I'm here introducing on this channel. As you know, Beyond Meat Mondays is very interesting so many people are interested in watching this series, and I think this is helping a lot throughout this investment periods. Then we have Tesla Sundays, and now we will have also Virgin Galactic Fridays, guys. Every single Friday there will be a brand new episode of this Virgin Galactic series. So I'm super happy to announce that and see you there with this video watching on your device. Let's have a look into a small dive deep, which are actually the most important losers and winners of this health crisis, because this is important to understand then to translate the current situation in potential buys of stocks. And I will, in each sector, I will name maybe a stock that I'm interested in, or I'm watching, or I'm already invested, or maybe introduced here on this channel. And therefore, let's have a look which sectors are actually the most affected. So we have the tourism and leisure. This is obviously heavily affected. You know, here my best guess would be really Carnival Cruise, because Carnival Cruise stock is now supported by the important Saudi Arabia fund that has so much funds to really be one of the big players in cruise line stocks, okay? Then we are aviation and maritime. Here are companies interesting like Lufthansa, right? Lufthansa is one of the biggest airlines in Europe and just got a huge bailout package, so they should be fine for the next couple of years. Automotives, obviously, you know what is my favorite stock there, Tesla. Construction and real estate, well, I'm not so much into that. So if you guys having a kind of guess or a stock that I should look into, then make sure to drop that. Definitely manufacturing as well. I'm not that much into this industries. Financial services, definitely banks are having a hard time, especially with the zero interest loans that the federal bank and other companies or federal reserves around the world are introducing. So I think the best guess would be here Goldman & Sachs. I think Goldman & Sachs is one of the most important banks out there, guys, okay? And very strong, very connected. So if you want to go into a good, very strong US investment bank, then it should be the Goldman & Sachs, all right? Then we have education, not really having a stock tip here. Oil and gas, also not the big fan. However, agriculture also, e-commerce, obviously Amazon, telecommunication, there would be maybe AT&T because there's a brand new management team in terms of Elliott management, which seems to bring AT&T to new levels. If you are a friend of a dividend as well, this would be my tip, but also not a must to invest. Then you have personal and healthcare. There I would look into something like, for example, Teladoc, one of the big guys. Oh, one other type of telecommunication stock would be Zoom, guys. Zoom is obviously the 20th century telecommunication stock out there. Then we have food processing and retail. There I would go definitely for Beyond Meat and medical supply and services. I think I said it already, but Teladoc is something quite innovative. You know, I love technology, I love innovations, and therefore I'm super happy to look into that. I think that's pretty much it. I think one of the most important parts, you know, if I'm going somewhere, you can go with me, because you can just follow me on Wolf of Dubai Danny on Instagram, and I am posting a couple of stories there as well. And you can see I just went through a full body synthesizer out there when I'm here at the Versace Hotel in Dubai. Quite interesting. So if you want to see that, just make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. But let's have a look into the comments right here. So we have Hugo, our member. So if you're interested into having more content than my daily live stream and my daily vlogs, then make sure to check out the join button below every of my videos, where you will get access to the Discord channel if you are the second on the third tier, where we are talking much more behind the scenes with a lot of members, all same-minded, all about making that dollar. So I'm quite interested to see all of you out there. Moreover, we have people from Vancouver here. We have people from Lisboa here. We have people from Dubai here as well. That Atlanta. What else we have? Brooklyn in the house. I love to see all of the most regular users out there. This is really super cool that you guys are coming every now and then. I think there's a lot of value that you can gain from this, all of these videos. And you know, what a week. Let's just have a look into the watch list that we are having right now. So Cheesecake Factory, I just put this as a yesterday on my list just as a comeback stock, and as you can see, even today it made 8%. Apple 2.85%. It's now a $1.43 trillion stock, guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, guys. Then we have Uber. Uber is also plus 2%. Then we have Virgin Galactic, a little bit negative today with 0.57. The volume was quite average, I think, so nothing of a big, actually a little bit lower than the average, so not a big because I was reading some comments here that there was a big sales, but I think Ian just messaged that this was that he saw it wrongly. So, however, Beyond Meat also giving up 2%, Tesla 2.46% up, Amazon 1% up, Carnival Cruise 16.4%. Then we have Lufthansa. I think one of our members also got Lufthansa. I think it was Hugo that, you know, was interested after I made the vlog about the travel comebacks, and I think he is either very happy that he got a lot of gains on this stock, or maybe he sold before and is now a little bit sad. So Hugo, let us know in the comments. Then we have booking.com, also a recommendation here that I did on one of my vlogs. Guys, again, this is as a disclaimer, none of them are financial recommendations, that are just for education, information, and, you know, entertainment process only. And Shopify also a little bit negative today. Win also $101, guys. Huge. I remember talking about the stock when it was back at 70. So I think this is insane. Then we have the S&P 500, also 2.62% up. This is a very big day. Let's have a look how much away we are actually from all-time highs. Just 5% from the all-time high, guys, okay? This is historic. Then we have the Dow Jones, also 3.15%. We have Nike positive, Netflix positive, crude oil 4% positive, Facebook positive, Twitter 3.4%, Snapchat positive 5%. Everything is going up, guys. That's absolutely insane. Especially those companies that are actually, you know, still having a lot to catch up, right? You will see that those are now a huge momentum, and you know, congratulations to all of you. I think this is a great start into a great weekend, and let me know in the comments what you think. I'm super happy how the week went, and I wish you a great evening or a great day wherever you are watching from, and I see you a little bit in a couple of hours. And don't forget to thumb up this video when you are on the way out, and I see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching.